Okay, well, there it is. All right, let's get her plugged in and power up, see what happens. Okay, well, the first thing I notice is that when I put it on sideband and get the meter on IP and I hit send, the idling current is up at 250 milliamps. So let me turn that on and set the bias down to 60 milliamps, which is about right there. So that's a problem. All right, and I left it on 14. I left it on the sideband portion. Let's go to upper sideband here. Yeah, that's better. So the bias was cranked all the way up. So that's a problem. You can't run the radio like that. All right, so now let's tune it up here. Let's go to ALC. Let's go to tune. ALC on the meter, tune on that. All right, we'll turn the carrier level down a little bit and we'll hit send and see if we can get some ALC reading here. There it is. Okay, the ALC is adjusted, or the drive is peaked for ALC right there. Okay, and all right, so now let's go to IP. Let's go back there. Yeah, IP still good. All right, let's go to CW. And this is the load. Should be about right there. And this should be up here at 14 megahertz, since that's where we are. Okay. And I'm watching on the watt meter here. Set for 200 watts. And it's out as average. Okay, here we go again. Oh, I'm not on a dummy load. There, that'll be better. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Still in CW mode. Turn the carrier up. Peak the loading. That's 100 watts. 110. No, there's 110. 120. So that's with the carrier all the way up. 120 watts. This is on the 20 watt scale, or the 200 watt scale rather, sorry. 200 watt scale. 20 watts, 200, 2 kW, 200. So it's 200 full scale. This is 120 watts up here. So I hit send. And up to 115 watts, which is what my TS520 does. So it does the same amount of power as my TS520 on 20 meters. So this is 20 meters. So it's fine. Let's see. So I'm not sure why the bias was all the way up, because when I first keyed it up in sideband, now if I go to sideband and I'm in IP and I put it in sand, the bias is right at about 50 mils. It probably needs to come up just a little bit. There we go. That's pretty close. That's about 60 milliamps. Okay, so let's go back over here to CW. We're in CW mode now. We'll come back over here to the watt meter. And same story. I'll bias up a little bit. There's 120 watts. 118. No, that's right on 120. Actually, it's a little higher than that. 125. Okay. So let me go to 15 and see what happens over there. Oh, and before I move this, here's the tune and load control. The tune control, which is the white knob here, is right on 14 megahertz, right in the middle of 14 megahertz. This right here is right in the middle of 14 megahertz, which is right where it's supposed to be. If you get exactly on the knob, right there, you can see that it's right there on 14 megs. Alright, I moved the band switch already to 21. So now I'm peaking 20 meters for, or 15 meters rather. There's the ALC. So the driver is tuned. That isn't touched anymore. Alright, now let's go to CW. Let's turn the carrier down a little bit since it's not tuned. Turn the carrier down to about halfway since it's not tuned. And we'll go to the watt meter here. There we go. Oh, sorry. There's 90 watts. Turn the carrier up. So 90 watts. There we go. There's 100 watts. And tuning is touchy on 15 meters. There's 105 watts on 20 meter or on 15 meters. Okay. So 15 is fine. Now we'll go to 28. Oh, let's look at the tuning knob here first. And it's right on 21 as well. It's down a little bit. There's 21 right there. So it's right on 21. Okay. Let's go to 28. Tune, ALC. Alright, here we go. Send. Peeking the ALC for the drive. Okay. Let's go to IP and go to CW. See what the watt meter says. $50 watts, 85 watts, about 85 watts, which is, that's about standard for 6146. Yeah, 85 watts right on the nose. So, and this is on 28.3. I haven't moved the VFO at all. So now let's see what the IP looks like. Yep. It's a little high. That's okay. ALC. I don't like how there's no ALC. There's some. It looks like it's fading a little bit. The ALC, it's getting smaller and smaller. So that's probably a defective driver tube. So let's see what we've got now. Oh, we've got 100 watts now that I picked up the ALC a little bit. 100 watts. Yep, right on 100 watts. Still on 28 megs. We're in CW. Here, let's put the microphone on. It's my 444. It's got an upper sideband. I'm on a dummy load, but it doesn't matter. We'll get up in the sideband portion of the... Let's go to PEP on the meter. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Probably no mic gain. Nope, no mic gain. We'll turn up the mic gain about to there. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's turn the watt meter to sustain the peak. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. So about 80 or 90 watts. Oh, there we are. There's 95 watts. All right, let me swap out the driver tube and see what kind of a difference that makes. Okay, so this driver tube is very hot, which is not unusual. Can't get it out of there because it's so hot. I'll grab it with a pair of needle nose. See what this is. Okay, it's a 12BY7. Does it say anything on it as to who made it or what it is? Let me get my glasses so I can see. Okay, well, this is probably the original tube. Made in Japan. Let me see if I can see a date on it. 3D, that's not a date. So it's probably the original tube. Yeah, I don't see a date code on it. Okay, so I've got a 12BY7 here. This is a GE. And we'll put it in and see what kind of a difference that makes. Normally, if you have a driver tube that doesn't show ALC indication, or if you don't have ALC, a lot of ALC on the upper bands, it's normally because of the driver tube. So let's put the cover back on it, the shield. That shield's not very tight. Okay. Tighten that shield up a little bit. Okay. All right, it's in. Let's turn it on. And we'll let it warm up for a few minutes. Okay, driver tube's warmed up. I'm still on 28. Let's turn the carrier level down a little bit. Let's go to ALC. Let's go to tune. And let's hit send. Okay. That's what the carrier all the way up in tune. Okay. But it does peak nicely and it's staying constant. Alright, so let's go to CW. And I'm going to turn that down just a fuzz. And let's go to IP. Let's go over here and look at the watt meter. Oh. Get this off of peak mode. Okay, it's kind of hard to tune that into peak mode. Okay, send. And right at 90 watts. About 95. So there's a brand new driver tube, 95 watts on 10 meters. And we do have ALC indication now. Yep. Let's see if this is peaked. It should be. It is. There we go. That's better. Let's try now. See how much power we got. Same amount, and the tuning's very critical on 10 meters, as it is with most tube radios and amplifiers. Yeah, right about 95 watts, and that's pretty typical for 10 meters. A pair of 6146s. See what the high voltage says it's doing. Right at 800 volts. That's probably fine. All right, let's go back to 20, and oops, I keep hitting the power button. ALC tune. All right, here we go. That's on 20, so we'll turn that tuning back up to 20. All right, let's go to CW. And about 105 watts on 20. Okay, let's go down to 80. Tune, IP. Let's turn the tuning control down to the 80 meter position. Send. Get the meter in the right spot. Okay, that's the ALC on 80. It's almost full scale. CW. All right, so there's 130 watts on 80. Yep, just a little shy of 130 watts. Just a fuzz shy. So that's 75. Let's go to 40 meters. Go here. ALC 40. Let's turn the tuning up to the 40 meter position. All right, here we go. There it is. Okay, that's 40. All right, here we go to CW. So there's 120 watts. Just a bit shy of 120 watts on 40. Okay, that's still with the brand new driver tube. This is the tube I put in it. It says new, and this was tested in my TS520. This is what I was going to send you, and then these are the finals I was going to send you that came out of my TS520S. I think these finals are probably okay. They may be down a little bit, but I think they're probably fine. There's 20. Let's go to tune. We're in ALC. Let's move this over to 20. There's the meter. Okay. This is all with the carrier level all the way up. Okay. All right. This works a little different than the 520. In the 520, when you're in the tune mode, you can get about 20 watts out of the radio, out of the transmitter. But in this one, it looks like it doesn't put out any power unless you go to CW. So I don't think, let's see. Oh, let's go.